Greetings, everyone. This is Mustafa Talks Tech. Give me 1 second. We're trying to. Okay, here we go. Greetings, everyone. Tech, your digital marketers, tech, and just. Sorry, everyone. I had a few technical difficulties as I was trying to get my setup going for Instagram, and it was giving me some technical difficulties. So this is Mustafa Talks Tech, your digital marketing specialist and tech evangelist, coming at you with another episode on the Mustafa Talks Tech show. On today's episode, what I would like to talk about is if you're keeping up with the news, you may have heard that Best Buy is not going to no longer carry physical movie medium in the coming year of 2024. So that means they're not going to do DVDs, they're not going to do Blu-ray, they're not going to do 4K movies anymore. It's 2018 that Best Buy decided to no longer carry physical CDs anymore. So they have pretty much phased out of the physical media department where music before and now um, DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4K. And that really is something because I used to like to go to Best Buy and just browse through the aisles and just see the different movies and look at the cover, read the back of it. It was something fun to do between shopping there or just shopping there just to see, what movies are out there and just seeing something physical and touching it. I come from the era that's how we consume our content. So what we're going to talk about is the subject is will DVD and Blu-ray and we'll add 4K go away and the innovation of how we consume content. Now, with this video, I'm really going to date myself. 'Cause I came up in the time where we consumed content through beta and VCR players, where we had a cassette tape that we put in the VCR player or the Betamax, for those who remember that. And that's how we consumed our movies and consumed our content. But we saw over time how, and then Laserdisc became a thing, and I never experienced Laserdisc, but that was the thing as well of consuming movies. And then at a certain point, that VCR and Beta became non-existent, and it faded from being a platform of how we consume movies. And then DVD, of course, replaced that in the late '90s, going into the early 2000s. And when that shift came, I shifted right into DVD around 2020, 2002, excuse me. And I got my first DVD player, and I haven't looked back since. But I have crates upon crates of VCR movies and home recordings and things I recorded off television, sporting events, and documentary History Channel programs on VCR tapes that I'm never going to get to see again, unless, which is something I'm going to do, is I'm going to convert them to digital, and that way I'll be able to keep those memories and those programs as we have transitioned into another whole era of digital content. So, just to set the tone of the discussion, is a statement by Best Buy on their decision to stop DVD and Blu-ray and 4K sales. To quote, a Best Buy representative said, "To state the obvious, the way we watch movies and TV shows is much different today than it was decades ago." So Best Buy is just keeping up with the times that we live in a very digital tech world. And also, as I was researching, getting ready for this episode, and I saw that Netflix has discontinued its DVD um, selection and giving DVDs through mail. So they're out of the DVD and the physical media game as well. So the only games left in town is like um, really Walmart and Target, the last two major retailers that are out there that are still holding on to, and Blu-ray and 4K is beating. But I believe in the next 5 years, definitely by 10, that when we talk about DVD and Blu-ray, it's gonna be a conversation like remember when we used to watch VCR and Beta and Laserdisc back in the day, that we will see a shift in tech and in digital delivery where streaming will become the preferred and the only way of receiving movie content and television shows, documentaries. We will just live in a total streaming era in the next 5 to 10 years. And I'm pretty much in it right now. I went Roku. I bought a Roku stick about 10 years ago. So I have been on the streaming era where I used to have Netflix, used to have Hulu, and those were the two major streaming platforms back in the day. And of course, we got a plethora of streaming programs like HBO Max, Paramount Plus, and Disney Plus. We got Amazon Prime. We got Apple TV. We have so many competitors now that are coming up and are offering streaming options. We got Tubi, one of the free options. So many options since the beginning of Netflix. Hulu were pioneers in that whole video streaming um, business model innovation. So I believe in the next 5 or 10 years that DVD, Blu-ray, 4K will be a wrap. That's going to be it. And we're seeing this whole digital shift where even in the video game era, where you're seeing game systems like PlayStation and Xbox, that they're building uh, platforms that come diskless, where they're just straight digital streaming platforms. PlayStation 5 has a straight digital streaming platform, and the Xbox has a straight digital streaming platform. Because as we live in this modern time, that it's more convenient for the game distributor, and sometimes it's convenient for the consumer to just go to the e-store on your gaming system of choice, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, and just download the game to your hard drive, hard disk on your gaming system or the SD card on your Nintendo Switch. And you got the game. You didn't have to go to a store, drive home, unwrap the game. It's right there. It's instant access to these games. So we're already seeing that shift in the game world where they are kind of shying away from disc-based games to things are becoming streaming and downloadable digital content. So will DVD and Blu-ray go away? Yes, I believe it absolutely will. We're seeing innovation of how we consume content. I mean, I'm going to date myself really, really good on this one, but I came up in a time where we used to have music on cassette tapes, and before that, it was on the 8 track. But our music came up on a cassette tape. We used to go to the record store and get the latest album, and it came on the cassette tape, and we put it in our cassette tape player or our Walkman, and we consumed music that way. And then it shifted to a CD, which allowed you, to skip and get more onto that CD. And then in the late '90s, early 2000s, we saw that innovation happen again, where shifted to digital download. Napster was a great controversy and a step forward in the innovation of downloadable music. And we had the iPod that came out after where you can download hundreds of thousands of songs to your iPod, and instead of you carrying around a bunch of cassette tapes or a bunch of CDs, you had an iPod, which allowed you to hold hundreds of thousands of songs and hundreds of thousands of albums. So that was a leap forward, leaving behind cassette tapes and CDs. Now we live in an era where if you got your smartphone, you don't even need a CD or a cassette tape or even being have to download music per se. You can stream it, Amazon Music, um, Apple Music, where you have access. Where before you could download hundreds of thousands, where now with these streaming music apps, you have access to millions of songs. I have an account with Apple Music, and anytime I think of an old album or a new album or just a particular song from yesteryear that I want to hear, I just go ahead and hit that search and pull up the song and I can listen to it. And I can do this over and over and over. I have access to millions of songs. But that was innovation. That was a change where music went from a physical media, cassettes to CDs, to now everything's in the cloud. You're just streaming all of this music now. And I believe that that's where we're going with the DVD and Blu-ray. And I'm a person where, because I came up at the time where we had physical media, that a lot of the movies I bought the past couple of years, they have the option where it comes with Blu-ray, the DVD, and then the digital code where you can get the digital version. And myself, this is my thing. I like digital movies because once I unlock it and I own that movie, then I can pull it up anywhere and everywhere. If I want to pull up that same movie on my phone, as long as I got pull it up on the particular app, whether it's Amazon Prime, my HBO Max subscription, or Disney Plus, I can watch that movie anywhere. I can watch it on my laptop, I can watch it on my phone, I can watch it on my TV through my Roku stick, of course. So I do like the convenience that digital movies do provide. You can put it up anywhere and everywhere. But this is my thing. I have about 100 or so movies on digital now. And my fear in the back of my head is always, what if this whole thing shuts down? What if something gets erased or something in the cloud gets hacked? I lose, all these movies. So when I buy these movies, I get the digital copy. I still like to have the physical copy, DVD or Blu-ray, just for my own security and peace of mind. Because I'm like, man, the cloud or the platform say I own this movie and say I have it, but what if something happens? At least if something happens digitally, I still have my physical content, my physical movies. So that's a concern of mine. Like going forward, what precautions we put in place to make sure that we own these movies and they are ours forever. And so far it's been good. I haven't had any hiccups or problems, but that's just something in the back of my mind because all this is digital. This is stuff that we never would touch. These movies, they're just in the cloud and the apps that we own them. And then my second thing is, what if the internet shuts down? Or what if something happens with the network and you can't watch your movies? If the internet shuts down right now, I can still pop in a DVD or a Blu-ray or a 4K, and I can still have my movie viewing experience. But if the internet or network has issues, then you can't access your movies. And I have experienced that before, where we had an internet or network hiccup, and my movie viewing for that particular night was done if I wanted to watch something through my streaming apps. So so I guess what I'm getting to is that the tech is still imperfect and the future is unknown, but the future will be here sooner than we know. And we're going to be in a digital movie, digital music, digital gaming, digital content consumption era in the next 5 to 10 years. Faster than we can blink, it will be here. So I just wanted to put that, just kind of express and give my thoughts and opinions on that particular reality. and how innovation is just constantly revealing new things, and innovation is constantly creating new ways of how we go about doing things. And if we get stuck in the past or get stuck in a particular step and don't innovate, then we get become a vessel of the past. You know, that's what happened with Blockbuster. At one time, Blockbuster, for those who, again, I'm dating myself again, for those that's been around for a few decades like I have, that Blockbuster at one time was the rage. Blockbuster was the undisputed king of video rental and movie distribution on the home market. Blockbuster was that place. You know, I used to love to go to Blockbuster on Friday night or Saturday night and just go up and down those aisles and just see rows upon rows and rows of movies, going to the action section and going to the comedy section, and going to drama section, and just deciding what movie or movies do I want to get tonight. And then, getting my popcorn and getting my snacks and going home and watching a movie. That was a great experience. But Netflix came to Blockbuster at a certain point in the 2000s, and they had this innovative idea of what the future of movie consumption would be. And they tried to sell Blockbuster on this idea. And Blockbuster pretty much laughed them out the room and told them, that'll never work. This is how it is. We're the market leaders, we know. So long story short, that eventually Blockbuster lost market share and Blockbuster began to decline as this innovation began to take place as Netflix predicted. And Netflix became the force to be reckoned with in the DVD by mail distribution model. And then later, of course, they came with the streaming option, and that wobbled Blockbuster. You know, Blockbuster eventually, once they saw the handwriting on the wall, Blockbuster tried to come out with their own movie streaming app like Netflix, but it was too late because Netflix had already cornered that market and had already put their foot down dominance in that particular era. So Blockbuster refused to innovate. We now only talk about Blockbuster in the past tense, what they used to be. Remember when we used to go to Blockbuster? Remember when Blockbuster used to have all those movies? Blockbuster is just a footnote in history because it failed to hit. So innovation is always going to come, always going to come. Things are going to change. And then Redbox pretty much finished off what was left of Blockbuster because it became more convenient to find you a Redbox kiosk somewhere at a Walgreens or a Circle K or some random place. And when Redbox came out, you was getting them movies for 99 cents. I remember them good days. They was giving them movies away for 99 cents. You can rent them a night. So that was beating Blockbuster model, monetary and convenience wise, because you can take that movie back to any kiosk. So Blockbuster didn't innovate. Blockbuster is now a footnote of history. So there had to be a lesson for all of us that we have to constantly, if we're in business, if we're in tech, or we're trying to do something creative that's working for us right now, we can't rest on our laurels. We have to constantly be looking for that innovation and what's going to be next. How can I not destroy my foundation, but build upon my foundation and take it to another level? Something, I don't know what, but there's going to be innovation beyond Netflix. HBO Max. There's gonna be innovation beyond the current social media platforms. Everything is gonna change. Tech is constant. Even when you think that tech has reached a zenith and it can't go no higher, somebody's thinking right now, how can I do this bigger? How can I do this better? How can I streamline this, make it easier, more accessible? Somebody's thinking in the lab right now how to do this, and that innovation will be in our face in another 5 or 10 years. So this is Mustafa Talks Tech. I just wanted to just kind of get that off my chest and just express some of my thoughts on the whole DVD and Blu-ray medium, and how Best Buy is getting out of the DVD and Blu-ray selling, and how possibly in the next 5 to 10 years, Target and Walmart will not be selling any DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4K. And just like we tell our children how we used to watch VHS tapes and Betamax tapes, they're going to be telling their children in the future how you used to watch movies on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K. And children gonna be like, what? Y'all used to actually have to put a movie into a machine and watch movies. When now in our era we can just push a button and stream it and bring it down. Yeah, that's what the future's gonna be. But tech is so amazing and tech is so beautiful. I love it because it's constantly revealing, constantly renewing, and constantly revealing itself, new innovation. So Mustafa Talks Tech. Just wanted to do a quick live just to talk about that particular subject. Hey, check me out on YouTube. We got about 80 some videos talking about all areas of tech, digital education, and tech education realities. Please check that out. Link up with me on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn. Link up, connect with me on those channels. Let me got to do my So, link up with me if we're not connected. Like, subscribe, follow, share information. And I'll see you again on the